I would say the USA game, which is our final game of the competition. It was the 5th, 6th playoff. Now, when we went out to play USA for 3 years ago in Cancun, they beat us 19-1, I think it was. They edged us out, I think 7-4 this time, which just is a massive testament to the boys, the work they put in throughout the last 3 years. Shows we're kind of improving hugely in the phone game, which is really nice to see. Onwards and upwards, we're hoping to kind of get into the top 5 in the next 2 years when it's held in Austria.
Beyond a doubt, it had to be the USA GB game for the 5th, 6th playoff. It was so epic because we played them in the group stages and we got absolutely annihilated by them. So then we were like, oh god, we got them again in the 5th, 6th playoff. And then at half time, we were 4-2 up. And it was like, wait, what? Like, this wasn't the script that we were meant to be playing. And yeah, they obviously came back in the second half and it got a lot harder, but I stepped off court to get as a no block set with 6 people on court. And we won that set to take it to overtime. And we lost in overtime, but that was just so amazing.
And we played USA in a mixed game and it was very, very competitive. They were super impressive. We won by 1 set. That was a real game changer in terms of the direction of travel of, who we were going to play in the late rounds and things like that.
I think Canada was the closest team to our the strategy that we'd pushed towards, but they're doing it way better. So that was really, really good to see. But Malaysia was definitely the game that I played the best in.
The Malaysia game in the group stage was great to see. It was nice to see the team really step up, and it was sort of see the progress in the team on a physical aspect. So it was quite a close game at half time, and we really made them work for it. And then the second game would be the one against New Zealand, which was our wildcard playoff, because it was a game where we had to really implement a lot of tactics that we learned from the last couple of days. So it was a game I felt like I did a lot more coaching in.
Probably the Great Britain versus USA cloth game. Got to see some of our teammates like Ross make some incredible catches. It was nice to stick it to the Yanks, to be honest. They were giving a lot of chat about how they'd be incredible. They were good. They weren't good enough.
I would say would be the mixed cloth final, just because it came down to the last throw in the last second. It was a really tight couple of sets to finish it off. Unfortunate silver, but really, really good game to watch.
The men's foam team against Malaysia, it was such a tight game. They almost clinched it so many times. The atmosphere, cheering the boys on, was just so amazing.
Between Malaysia and Hong Kong, the difference in the way that they play, as opposed to GB, Austria and things like that, is so super dynamic. And I even saw one set where I think Malaysia had 1 player, Hong Kong had 5, and the 1 player won.
Definitely the USA-Canada men's foam game. It was so close at the end, and both teams, that could well have been the final. It was such a high level. It was only the quarters. That was absolutely intense. They're both so aggressive and so fast-paced. That was absolutely mad. Yeah.
The Australia colours are always phenomenal. They come with a really strong kit design.
I got a New Zealand kit, which was a bit of a silly move because I traded it just before our last day of competing, and I got put on the team sheet for the last 2 games, but I had no kit to play in.
Well, this was my favourite jumper, hence why I spent the entirety of the tournament attempting to get my hands on this kit. So I absolutely love this. I also got a USA vest top, which I really like, and I also got an Italian training top, which has GB on it, so looks very suspiciously like a GB top, but is not.
I'd probably say Malaysia. I did swap for one. I think it was one of the older ones, but I actually think it's one of the sort of cooler ones.
Someone actually told me that they thought that the GB kit was the best, and I have one of those, so that's good. One of my other favourites is the USA multicoloured kits, which I do have.
It was a really good time in in terms of bonding with lots of different people. So like with all of these guys, it was super, lots of like good fun games of bed ball, and getting into this little mobile game called Super Auto Pet and drinking loads of Tim Hortons and things like that was awesome. But also kind of, it felt like a real treat getting to play with these people who I've played across from for years and years. So the Scottish players, a lot of the Northern Ireland people, a lot of the Welsh players as well. It was so cool. It felt like a bit of a super team, and it felt like a real treat and a bit of a privilege to get to play with those people.
Generally the travel, like, you know, the opportunity to go out to a country that probably wouldn't have visited maybe for a very long time was really good fun. You know, being part of a big squad, meet people who we've seen over the years as well, and kind of have that community sort of aspect to it. It's great. So.
I'm gonna have to say the disc golf, because it was a beautiful day, playing some disc golf, and then halfway through the course, the heavens opened. It's like the worst lightning storm we've been in. Trees were falling down and everything, and us being the classic Brits we were just like, no, we'll just carry on, it'll be fine. But yeah, it was really good fun.
Controversial, but I was actually not that bad.
To be honest, I've been doing a lot of gym work, a lot of prep work for this, so not that bad at all compared to usual.
Out of a lot of people that did play the full 5 days, I wasn't that sore in comparison to a lot of people.
I was ruined. I was definitely ruined.